I wanted you guys to have a look at this little card. It's what we call the 4Ds. And the 4Ds is stuff that we talk about is actually attempting to help you with dealing with a craving. So, you know, we talk about the first one with being delay, you know, because we all know between 5 to 10 minutes, that's how long a craving will last for. So the longer you're dealing with a craving, you're actually trying to delay that craving, you're delaying that smoke, it helps you with dealing with the next craving and then the next one going on. So it's like, a cigarette is like a car. When you go to fill the car up, you can't drive a car without fuel. Your cigarette, your cravings won't last long if you're not fueling that with a cigarette, because it's the toxins in the cigarette that, you know, get the receptors in your brain going, saying, craving, give me a smoke, give me a smoke, give me a smoke. Other than, you know, I'm bored, I just want to smoke. It's those cravings are what, you know, you're dealing with. So delaying it as long as you can actually gives you the better chance of actually attempting your quit process. You know, and the next one we call is deep breathing. So having, you know, deep, slow, deep breaths, even doing meditating, even finding apps on your phone of meditations, CDs, books. It's actually good to actually spend about 20 or 30 minutes a day just meditating, breathing, actually giving yourself a bit of an exercise every day to do, because the more that you're deep breathing and meditating, especially with when you're smoking, it gives you the better outcome that we find. Yeah. Do something else. So as you were saying, is, you know, doing the hand to mouth action, keeping your hands busy all the time. It's really hard. So what we find is always having mints and lollies. Mints or lollies, or I kind of like to say anything you like, even if you have like a chopped fruit, nuts, anything like that, as well as a water bottle. So when you're dealing, you're kind of mixing all of these 4Ds together, as the last one is drink water, is having a bottle of water to have that sip. That's your hand to mouth action. And then doing the deep breathing, doing with the delay, it actually gives you that outcome. So when you're realizing, okay, I'm going to go and do something else, I'm going to take my water bottle with me and I'm going to walk off and I'm going to clean the laundry, I'm going to make my bed, I'm going to go for a walk, I'm going to go and do my shopping, even though I've got to buy broccoli, I'm going to go and just buy that broccoli and I'm going to walk to the shops. So you're doing that hand to mouth action, and that actually helps you with that sensation of that physical action. And in the end, you know, you realize, oh, I've finished a craving, you know. And the way I like to look at it is, if you have a smoke at 9 o'clock, you deal with the craving, okay, the next one you might have is in half an hour. Okay, do the exact same thing, I'm going to run through, I'm going to deep breathe, I'm going to delay, I'm going to use my water bottle, I'm going to use my mints. Okay, I've done that. But then I get to the third one, I'm like, okay, I can't deal, I need a cigarette. But then you have that cigarette, but then you sit there and think about it while you're smoking and realize, wait, I've just had one cigarette when I usually would have had 3. And you accomplish it, and you know, you really applaud yourself and realizing, okay, I've cut 2 cigarettes out of 3. Or if you realize you've cut 1 out of 3. I like to use that 1 to 3 system with my clients, because I find that it actually works. Another thing in here in our Staying Quit is a 1-day smoking diary. So it's on page 24. So this is a good thing to outline when you're starting to quit. So it gives you an outline of when you're smoking, how much you're smoking a day, and all that stuff. So when you're finding a really big day, so you kind of outline it through a week. And when you kind of don't use this just yet, use a little notebook. And I like to say is, when you have a cigarette, write it down. Then compare it Monday to Friday, and even on the weekends. Find what you were doing at that time, and then write that day in here. Write your most stressful day in here, because then you'll find, okay, at 8:30 I got up and I didn't have breakfast, I had a cigarette. And then at 9 o'clock I had another cigarette. Oh, but wait, I had my feeling, I was sad when I woke up, but then I was depressed. But then when I got to lunchtime at 12 o'clock, I only had 1, and then I didn't have any from then because I had a good day at work. And then you realize and look back and think, hey, it's all because of my stress in the morning. So maybe let me change it. Let me try and do something else to deal with that stress and to deal with that sadness. So then in the morning, tomorrow, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it kind of starts you, when someone's losing weight and they go on a diet, this is like your diet. You write it in as your diet of quitting smoking or cutting down. And then when you, if you have a look at the, just at the back of the book, so we have like what we have on the Quitline, which is our few of our support networks, I guess. So one of them is our Quitline, which is our Quit call number. We also have our Quit Coach, which is a web-based computer program.
Yeah, I tried Quit Coach. I quite liked it because it was really personal.
Yeah.
The information you put in, it speaks back on a more personal kind of detailed journey kind of outlook for you.
Yeah. And now we're, I believe that I think we're updating the Quitline website, so it's making it more informative, more innovative, a bit more structured, so we can actually, you know, users that aren't so technology friendly can actually get on the computer and actually tick a box, and then it takes them to something else, and then they can actually look at it and actually read something instead of getting frazzled and that, and they get stressed and they're like, oh my god, I need a cigarette now.
Yeah,
so
turn the opposite.
Yeah, they turn the opposite, you know, we want to turn the opposite into a positive of, you know, giving them something easier. If they feel a bit ashamed about calling us up just now, we can just say, have a look at the website, you'll think. Then they'll come back with like a page of questions and think, oh my god, like, I should have called you earlier, but I didn't look and realise until now. And then I had a question, and then we always say curiosity kills the cat. They want to ask, what does this mean?